Nostalgia is a powerful force, especially in gaming. Many of us grew up playing classics that left a lasting impact, whether it was our first trip to Hyrule, collecting stars in the Mushroom Kingdom, or that epic victory over a final boss. And it's this connection that drives the success of modern game revivals, with remakes and remasters breathing new life into old favorites. But what is it about nostalgia that keeps us coming back for more? Today we'll look into the role of nostalgia in the gaming industry, why remakes and remasters continue to thrive, and how those retro game revivals are capturing both new and old audiences alike. To understand why retro game revivals are so successful, we need to look at what nostalgia really is, especially in gaming. Nostalgia taps into our past experiences, taking us back to moments that left an emotional mark. In gaming, these moments are powerful. They're often our first victories, first mystery solves, or even the first time we felt genuinely challenged. The magic of a nostalgia is that it's more than a memory, it's a feeling. When we hear an old theme song or see an iconic character, we're transported back to those childhood or teenage years, and for many players, reviving those old feelings becomes irresistible. Games are different from other media because they're interactive. Playing as Mario, Link, or Cloud wasn't just watching a story unfold, it was experiencing it firsthand, overcoming the same obstacles and victories that those characters did. Nostalgia in gaming isn't passive, it's deeply active, and that's why it resonates so strongly. When we see a revival of a classic game, it's not just a replaying of old memories, but an opportunity to relive them, often enhanced with better graphics, refined controls, and even new content. It's like visiting an old hometown, but better than we remembered it. One reason retro game revivals succeed is that they bring familiar mechanics into the modern era, blending the best of both worlds. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is a great example. Activision took the original trilogy, a platformer known for its iconic levels and tricky jumps, and gave us a stunning graphical overhaul. The mechanics, however, stayed largely the same. Players still feel the same rhythm of running, spinning, and dodging that made the game a hit, but now everything is smoother, more responsive, and more visually stunning. The Insane Trilogy shows how reviving a classic game isn't just about making it look good, it's about respecting the original mechanics that fans loved while adding modern enhancements that make the game more enjoyable for today's players. The Insane Trilogy shows how reviving a classic game isn't just about making it look good, it's about respecting the original mechanics that fans loved while adding modern enhancements that make the game more enjoyable for today's players. The revamped visuals and refined controls allowed longtime fans to relive the fun while introducing a new generation to what made Crash Bandicoot a classic in the first place. By preserving the charm of the old game while polishing the rough edges, the Insane Trilogy succeeded in recreating that nostalgic experience with a modern twist. Sometimes a remake goes beyond just remastering visuals or updating controls, it reimagines the entire experience. Final Fantasy VII Remake did exactly this, turning a beloved classic RPG into a modern action RPG while retaining the character's story and world that fans adored. For fans of the original, it wasn't just about better graphics, it was about experiencing Midgar and Cloud's journey in a brand new way. The developers expanded the story, added new combat mechanics, and created a richer, more immersive world, bringing in old fans and new players alike. By fundamentally reimagining certain aspects while keeping the soul of the original intact, Final Fantasy VII Remake paid homage to its legacy while making itself accessible to a modern audience. It's a game that can satisfy lifelong fans while appealing to those who never played the original. Remakes like these prove that nostalgia isn't just about copying what worked in the past, it's about understanding why it worked and finding new ways to connect with audiences. For Final Fantasy VII, it was the characters and stories that fans fell in love with, and giving them a fresh context was the key to making that nostalgia powerful again. Another way remakes succeed is by using modern technology to amplify the spirit of the original, as seen in Resident Evil 2 Remake. The original Resident Evil 2 was an iconic horror game, but limited by the technology of its time. When Capcom revived it, they didn't just update the graphics, they redefined the experience with a new camera perspective, refined controls, and photorealistic visuals that heighten the terror. For both old fans and newcomers, this remake brought the survival horror experience to a new level. The Resident Evil 2 remake captured what made the original terrifying, the claustrophobic atmosphere, limited resources, and unrelenting zombies, but with added intensity thanks to modern graphics and sound design. For players who remember the original, it was an amplified experience that recalled their first terrifying moments with the game. For For new players, it was a horror game that felt fresh yet steeped in classic design. The remake didn't just revive Resident Evil 2, it reinvented survival horror for a new era, showing how modern tech can breathe new life into older titles. Sometimes a remake's charm lies in its simplicity and dedication to faithfully capturing the original's essence. The remake of The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening did this beautifully, presenting the beloved Game Boy classic in an adorable, almost toy-like aesthetic. Nintendo stayed true to the original's quirky characters, mysterious island, and classic gameplay mechanics by revamping the visuals and adding quality of life updates. They kept the soul of Link's Awakening alive while creating a modern yet familiar experience. Link's Awakening shows that not all revivals need to be drastic overhauls. Sometimes nostalgia is best captured by preserving the charm and whimsy of the original game in a way that feels accessible to today's players. The cute diorama-like visuals of the remake give Link's Awakening a fresh look without altering the core game, allowing fans to relive a cherished experience while giving new players a taste of old-school Zelda magic. It's a remake that's both a tribute to the original and a joyful update, proving that nostalgia can be brought forward while honoring the past. Nostalgia is more than just a fondness for the past. It's a desire to revisit and relive moments that shaped us. Retro game revivals give us that chance, balancing modern improvements with the heart of the originals, whether it's reimagining a classic like Final Fantasy VII, enhancing the scares of Resident Evil 2, or keeping it simple like Link's Awakening. These games prove that nostalgia isn't just a feeling, it's a bridge between generations of players. So let me know in the comments which game revival brought you back and why. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to keep up with our latest videos. I appreciate you. Thank you to the members. Thank you to the subscribers. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe. Bye-bye.